The world is breaking apart, and the final war is coming. You can feel it in the silence before the chaos. You can see it in the eyes of a hero who has turned into a monster, and in the heartbeat of a man who has nothing left to lose. The Boys Season 5 is not just another chapter. This is the last breath before everything collapses. The trailer opens like a warning siren that refuses to stay quiet. The sky over New York is dark, heavy, almost alive, as if it knows what is coming. A single bright figure hangs above the city Homelander, calm yet terrifying, staring down at the world like a king who has already decided its fate. Every sound fades as his boots touch the rooftop, and that cold smile curves across his face. At the same time, far away in a small broken room, Butcher stands in front of a cracked mirror. His hands shake, his eyes look hollow, and whatever is left of his strength is slipping away. But he forces himself upright, loading a weapon he can barely hold because he knows there is no turning back now. The trailer cuts between explosions, burning streets, terrified crowds, and Homelander's glowing eyes, each shot pushing the tension higher. It feels like the entire city is holding its breath. You hear the powerful voiceover saying, "This is how it all ends," followed by the echo of a distant scream. The boys appear in quick flashes, Hughie running through smoke, Mother's Milk shouting orders, Frenchie grabbing weapons, Kimiko charging through shadows. Every frame screams one message: the last fight has begun. And in this final season, no one is safe and nothing will be forgiven. The world is stepping into its darkest hour. And the trailer makes one thing clear: the end is not coming quietly. The trailer shifts from chaos to heavy emotion, showing how broken everyone has become after years of fighting. We see Butcher walking through a quiet hallway, almost limping, his breath unsteady, like every step hurts more than the last. A doctor's voice echoes in the background saying he has months left, but Butcher keeps moving as if the truth no longer matters. He has only one goal left: end Homelander before his own body gives up. Then the scene cuts to Hughie, standing in his childhood home, staring at old family photos. His father's voice plays over the shot, reminding him to choose what kind of man he wants to be. Hughie clenches his fists, and the camera follows him as he joins the team again, no hesitation this time. Next, Starlight steps out into a crowd of supporters, their phones flashing, their chants shaking the air. But even with thousands behind her, she looks scared not of the people, but of the fight she knows is coming. Vought Tower appears next, shining like a crystal cage, while panicked voices argue from inside. Board members shout that they're losing control, and files slam onto tables, showing reports of growing Supe violence across the country. Homelander's image flickers on every screen, his smile bright but his eyes filled with madness. The trailer cuts to short glimpses of the world outside, streets covered in graffiti calling for war, soldiers preparing barricades and protesters running from laser blasts that light up the sky. The boys gather around a table, their faces tired but determined. Butcher lays out a map. Hughie points to a target and, says what everyone is thinking: "If we do this, there's no going back." The music grows louder, darker, and the camera pulls back to show a city ready to explode. Season 5 is not teasing a fight, it's promising the final storm. And the trailer makes sure you feel every second of it. The tension in the trailer rises like a wave that refuses to stop. And every new scene feels heavier than the last. It begins with a shot of a strange figure standing in the middle of a ruined street, smoke curling around their feet. Their face is hidden, their suit cracked with glowing lines, and the ground shakes lightly as they take a single step forward. A whisper in the background says, "He wasn't supposed to exist," hinting at a new suit powerful enough to challenge Homelander himself. The screen flashes to Starlight, bruised and exhausted, hiding behind a collapsed wall as bright red beams cut through the concrete inches from her head. She takes a deep breath, wipes the blood from her lip, and prepares to fight again. In another scene, Frenchie and Kimiko run through a dark lab filled with broken machines and shattered test tubes. Frenchie finds a file with the words "Project Redemption" stamped across it, and his voice cracks as he says, "Mon Dieu." This changes everything. Then the music slows, and we see the boys gathered in a warehouse, faces tense. Hughie looks at someone off-screen and says, "You betrayed us." his voice shaking with both anger and heartbreak. The camera cuts quickly, just a pair of hands dropping a weapon, a familiar jacket left behind, a door closing. The betrayal is never shown, only suggested, making it hit even harder. Meanwhile, Vought prepares something massive, a glowing chamber, alarms blaring and guards rushing through metal corridors. A scientist yells, "It's destabilizing!" just before the screen goes white. Another quick montage follows Homelander ripping through soldiers. A helicopter spiraling out of control, Starlight screaming Hughie's name, and Butcher coughing blood into his hand while refusing to stop. The tension turns almost unbearable as a deep voice whispers, "Choose your side," before it chooses you. Everything in the trailer suggests one thing: the final battle is set. But no one knows who will survive the storm. The final moments of the trailer explode with raw emotion and brutal tension, building toward a showdown that feels impossible to escape. It begins with a slow shot of a city in ruins, cars flipped, buildings cracked open, flames crawling up the sides of skyscrapers like hungry beasts. The wind carries ash through the air, and sirens echo in the distance, but there is no one left to save. Then, in the middle of the destruction, Butcher steps forward. His silhouette is shaky, his body failing him, but there is a fierce light in his eyes that refuses to die. He whispers something we can't hear, maybe a promise, maybe a goodbye, before tightening his grip on the weapon in his hand. Suddenly, Homelander lands across from him, the ground shaking beneath his boots. His cape whips through the smoke, and the glow in his eyes grows brighter with every heartbeat. There is no hesitation, no fear, just a cold excitement, like he has been waiting for this moment his entire life. The music drops into silence as the two stare at each other, the world around them frozen in time. Then the screen erupts into violent flashes. Starlight leading a crowd through burning streets, Hughie dragging Em away from falling debris, Frenchie pulling Kimiko out of a collapsing hallway. Tanks roll down highways, jets roar overhead, and Vought Tower cracks open from an explosion inside. A mysterious figure stands above the wreckage, watching everything with calm, unreadable eyes. The trailer returns to Butcher and Homelander, now standing inches apart. Homelander tilts his head, smiling in a way that sends chills down your spine, and he quietly says, "Let's finish this." His voice shakes the air as the camera spins upward, revealing the sky filled with lightning and swirling clouds. A final burst of light blinds the screen, followed by the title appearing in bold letters, The Boys Season 5. The final season 2026. The trailer ends with one last sound, Butcher's voice whispering, "For all of us," before everything cuts to black, leaving you breathless and desperate for what comes next.